So, biggest misconceptions of owning a trucking company. Let's start off with number one, that it's easy to start a trucking company. For those of you out there, I want you guys to know that it's not so easy to put together or to open up a trucking company. I think it's a lot easier today to open up a trucking company as it was, I would say 15, 16, 17 years ago, because you have so much free information on the internet. It requires significant capital, extensive planning. You really need to be organized, compliance with numerous regulations, and I just feel like it's not easy to open up a trucking company, so don't fool yourself and think that it is. The second biggest misconception is that you'll make a lot of money and you're gonna make it quick. So I really wanna burst this bubble real fast for any one of you thinking that you're gonna make a ton of money and that you're gonna make it quick. So as you probably know, I mean, invoices only get paid in our industry after 30, 45 days. You know, there's a lot of upfront costs that you're going to need. So a lot of capital you're going to need in order to start this machine. Whether it's one truck, two truck, three trucks, you still need to come up with your insurance, your first and last, your plates, fuel that you're gonna be putting inside. Driver salaries in the US, I mean, a lot of people get paid weekly in the US. So all this you're coughing up and you're putting out of your own pocket first before you even see a dime. Even if you are factoring your invoices, you're still going to need significant capital to put this thing together. The third biggest misconception I would have to say is that you don't need experience. Unfortunately, in this industry, what I see is the ones that become successful, or the ones that grow their fleets, or the ones that last for more than the 2-3 years, they're the ones with the experience in the background. So they are ex-dispatchers, they're ex-owner operators. I've seen a lot of times that a dispatcher and a driver come together and open up a trucking company. So experience is key, and you really need to educate yourself, and you really need to be a part of this industry. Whether you're in safety, in HR, in sales, you really should have some experience under your belt first before you open up that trucking company, and that is a recipe for success. Number 4, you'll have complete freedom and flexibility. After 18 years, I can honestly say that today I probably have a little bit more freedom and flexibility, because there are managers running. There's an HR manager, there's a safety and compliance manager, there's an accounting manager, there's a dispatch manager. Now that you have the money and you've established and you're able to be profitable, you're paying for people to work in key positions. But before, I mean, me and my partner used to wear all the hats in this office, and it was a nightmare. And evenings were not evenings, and nights were not nights, and you'd be working 24/7 around the clock, and even when you're sleeping, you're still thinking about it. So really, you're even thinking about it in your sleep. Let's talk about number 5. Misconception number 5 is, and I can actually talk about this, is that you actually need to be a driver in order to own a trucking company. So I myself, I've never really driven a truck that was attached to a trailer, and I don't have my Class 1 license. At some point, I think at the beginning, I really wanted it, and then my dad convinced me out of it and told me not to get it, because he says that if you're going to get it, then you're not going to think of solutions. You might as well not have it, and then you'll always think of a solution on how to do certain things without actually physically getting into the truck and driving it. Now, for those of you guys that want to give it a shot and are thinking of getting into this industry, first place I would recommend is to do a dispatch course. That's number 1. Good dispatch course will have cost per mile, rate per mile. You can see as an entrepreneur, if it's worth it for you, and if you'd like to scale up, if this is something profitable or not. I mean, it'll also give you an idea if this is something that you want to do or not. You might get thrown off completely with a dispatch course. There's a lot of dispatch courses. I mean, we have one, under our mentorship program, we have a dispatch course, but there's a lot of dispatch courses out there, and that might be your first place that you want to look at when you're thinking of coming into the industry. I was very young and I was doing sales, and that's what led me into this path. It really taught me, rates per mile, and it really taught me like, oh wow, if I have 2 trucks and I have these loads, I can make X amount of money, and then if I multiply that by 10, I can make, oh my God, I can make this. And then you really your imagination starts running wild, and that's where the creators come in, and your mind runs wild, and you can be anything that you want to be. I mean, you're in Canada, you're in the US, I mean, obviously the land of opportunities. Anything you set your mind to, you can do it. I wish you guys all the best of luck. For those of you that are thinking of maybe one day opening up your own trucking company, I mean, I just did this last year, and I opened up a trucking company in the US, and it was a brand new experience for me. And I documented the entire journey, and I put it in a series for all you out there. I'll link it down below. And there's so much information out there for you guys, so make sure that you're a subscriber to this channel, so when we take out new videos like this, you'd get notified. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. I'm Ronen, and I'll catch you in the next one.